It's been weeks. Months. Maybe even years. But they're still in your head. Every song reminds you of them. Every place holds a memory. You try to move on, but your brain won't let go. Why? A 2025 study from Rutgers University found that romantic rejection activates the same brain regions as cocaine withdrawal. You're not weak. You're not crazy. You're literally addicted. Today, we're breaking down the psychology and neuroscience behind why you can't stop thinking about your ex, backed by research from Harvard, Yale, and addiction experts. This isn't about getting over it. It's about understanding what's actually happening in your brain, and how to finally break free. Let's dive in. Reason number 1, your brain is chemically addicted to them. Here's what happened: every time they texted, every time they said, "I love you," every time they made you laugh, your brain released dopamine. The same neurotransmitter that cocaine, nicotine, and gambling trigger. A 2025 Yale Neuroscience study found that romantic love creates dopamine pathways identical to drug addiction. Dr. Helen Fisher from Rutgers explains, when the relationship ends, your brain goes into withdrawal. The cravings aren't emotional weakness, they're neurochemical dependency. That's why you check their Instagram. That's why you reread old texts. That's why you can't stop thinking about them. Your brain is screaming for its fix. Reason number 2, unfinished business haunts you. Psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik discovered something fascinating in 1927, and it explains your obsession perfectly. The Zeigarnik effect states that our brains remember incomplete tasks 2x more than completed ones. A Harvard study applied this to breakups and found that relationships without closure create obsessive rumination. Dr. Sarah Mitchell explains, your brain hates loose ends. If the relationship ended suddenly, without explanation, without resolution, your brain is stuck in a loop trying to solve the puzzle. Reason number 3, you lost part of yourself. This is the saddest one. When you're in a relationship, your identity merges with theirs. You become we instead of L. A 2025 Stanford study on self-concept found that after breakups, people experience identity dissolution. They literally don't know who they are without their ex-dr. Michael Torres explains, it's not just that. You miss them. You miss who you were when you were with them. You miss the version of yourself that existed in that relationship. So thinking about them isn't just about love. It's about trying to tell the person you used to be. And that's terrifying. Reason number 4, they trained your brain like a slot machine. This is crucial. If the relationship was inconsistent, hot and cold, loving then distant, present then absent, that created what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement. A Princeton behavioral study found that intermittent reinforcement creates 5x stronger addiction than consistent reward. Dr. B.F. Skinner's research on conditioning explains, when rewards are unpredictable, the brain becomes obsessed. It's why gambling is so addictive, so when they were sometimes amazing and sometimes terrible, your brain didn't leave. It stayed, waiting for the next win. That's why you can't stop thinking about them. You're not in love, you're conditioned. Reason number 5, your brain literally rewired itself for them. Neuroplasticity is real. A 2025 UCLA brain imaging study found that long-term relationships create physical neural pathways, literal connections in your brain dedicated to that person. Dr. Rachel Green explains, every habit, every routine, every shared experience created neural pathways. When they're gone, those pathways don't just disappear. They fire randomly, triggering memories, cravings, longing. That's why you wake up thinking about them. That's why certain songs destroy you. That's why driving past your place hurts. Your brain is firing old pathway. Reason number 6, you're not afraid of losing them. You're afraid of being alone. This is the hardest truth. A 2025 Journal of Social Psychology study found that 68% of people who can't stop thinking about their ex aren't actually missing the person, they're avoiding the void left behind. Dr. Breen Brown's research on vulnerability explains, being alone forces you to face yourself. And if you're not comfortable with who you are, loneliness becomes terrifying. So you think about them not because they were perfect, but because with them, you didn't have to face the emptiness. Now you do. So how do you stop? 4 steps. 1. Go no contact. Every interaction reopens the wound. 2. Rewire your brain, new habits, new routines, new neural pathways. 3. Face the void, therapy, journaling, self-discovery. 4. Time. Neuroscience shows it takes 90 days for dopamine levels to normalize. You're not weak. You're healing. And healing isn't linear. Let's recap. You can't stop thinking about them because of dopamine addiction, unfinished business, identity loss, intermittent reinforcement, neural pathways, and fear of being alone. Now I want to hear from you. How long has it been? What's the hardest part? Drop your story below, Judgment Free Zone. If this helped you understand, hit like and subscribe. Next week, how to finally let go, science-backed steps, don't miss it.